Okay, Shalom, Shalom. Kum Yasha Allah. Koholo Yimla Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Makakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws and statutes and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Waf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. Wanted to touch on this article in the New York Post. I actually have two articles I want to touch on to just show you how far this place is falling and how close it is to our Lord's return, man, because this place is wicked as hell. Okay, but it says female-only app founder appealing court ruling in favor of transgender woman taking away our human rights. So it says the founder of a female-only app who lost a landmark court case against a transgender woman has claimed trans rights are taking away our human rights. Sall Grover now says she is ready for round 2 after last week's filing an appeal against August federal court judgment, a major gender identity ruling that declared that sex is changeable and not necessarily binary. Now, these are your smart people. These are your people that go to school for all those years, you know. They become lawyers. They become, you know what I'm saying? They go through all these extra curriculum activities and shit in the colleges and get all these, you know, accolades. And these motherfuckers is ruling and don't have sense enough. This is the type of sense they have. And then they swear in on the Bible, if I'm not mistaken. I know they used to. They may have gotten rid of that too. But these are your judges, man. Now, this happened over in Sydney, though. Now, I have this other case, which you may remember, happened here in the Americas. But this thing is happening on a day-to-day basis where these people are suing and they're winning all these cases, man. And I don't think it's by mistake, man. It says Grover was ordered to pay $6,763 in damages after she was found to have indirectly discriminated against Roxanne Tickle, boy, when she removed her from her app, Giggles for Girls. AR software designed to filter out men had cleared Tickle, but Grover removed her from the app herself after seeing her profile. Crazy, bro. This shit is retarded. But hey, this is the fall of our enemy, though, man. Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get that. Let's start with that real quick. Beautiful. Gotta love it, man. Apocrypha Ecclesiasticus 25 and verse 7, also known as the Book of Sirach. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. This is when you know that a place is falling. And you used to have those commercials, I'm falling and I can't get up. No, America's not getting up. None of these European nations are getting up, man. None of these NATO nations, none of these Caucasian nations, they're not coming back up. The world is pretty much have seen the stupidity of these people. I could just put it that way, man. Nothing good comes from these people. Okay, it says Justice Robert Bromwich came to the conclusion that Tickle was excluded from the app for not looking sufficiently female and therefore was indirectly discriminated against. Speaking at the Conservative Political Action Conference in Brisbane on Sunday, Grover insisted somebody's biological sex is immutable, and it was a natural human instinct for us to be able to tell this. And if you are then being told by the law that you cannot acknowledge that really basic instinct, you have lost the ability to recognize one of the most basic skills, she said. Hey, this is Esau, man. Get this motherfucker. Hold on. Look at this motherfucker, man. Grover was found to have discriminated against Roxanne Tickle by removing her from the app. Now, here's your Roxanne Tickle right here. And these people, man, you can just clearly see it's a gang of damn demons on these people, man. I'm at the plantation. I'm at to kind of chop something up real quick. But let's go ahead and move through this. It says if you just look to the person sitting next to you right now, you can tell if they are male or female. Well, shit, these days, sometimes you can't even tell. These motherfuckers is getting these exquisite operations on their asses. Shit, you gotta hell. You have to ask a woman if she's really a woman. For real. Do you have any first grade pictures? You know. It says, now imagine if you can't do that anymore because you've got to ask, do you have a gender identity? And if you don't acknowledge that and giving meaning to that, then you're breaking the law. It simply doesn't work. Grover added, we are told constantly that trans rights are human rights, but human rights cannot be rights that take away other people's rights. That's not how it works, he said. Well, in this case it is. Look at this motherfucker with a napkin. You know, a fucking Kleenex, you know what I'm saying? Wipe, you know, just, boy, this place is through, man. And it's not only that they're taking away our rights, we're actually being coerced into giving up our rights. She recalls first receiving an, okay. She recalled first receiving an Australian Human Rights Commission complaint, okay, citing gender identity discrimination. He had onboarded the app at some point, and I don't remember, but I would have seen a picture of a man and gone, that's a man, and I blocked him, she said. And I was right. In a normal world, we would have lived happily ever after. Tickle has been living as a woman since 2017 when she began taking testosterone blockers, estrogen, and progesterone with the effect, as she describes, of inducing a second puberty and changing most parts of her body. The federal court ruling noted she began to use female changing rooms and started playing in local women's hockey team. She began shopping from the women's side of the clothing stores and began the process of removing her facial hair. Wow. Tickle underwent gender-affirming surgery in 2019, and her birth certificate was reissued by Queensland in 2020 to list her as a female. In court, she sought more than $135,000 in damages for direct discrimination. She also wanted a published written apology and the same access to the app as other female users. She said that persistent misgendering by Grover had prompted constant anxiety and occasional suicidal thoughts. Man, I'm telling you, bro. We got to be out of here soon. Grover and the Giggle app argued there was no discrimination with claims Tickle was a man. In the end, the judge did not agree with Tickle. In the end, the judge did not agree that Tickle had been directly discriminated against, but ruled that she had been a victim of indirect discrimination through imposing a condition on the use of the app that users have the appearance of cisgender women, which had the effects of disadvantaging women with a transgender gender identity relative to women with a cisgender gender identity. Man, this place is confusing as hell, bro. This man has to go. Speaking outside the federal court at the decision, Tickle spoke of the fallout from the unlawful and discriminatory exclusion from the Giggle app. Tickle opened up about her emotional weight for a decision on the case that she said has stolen the last 3 years of her life. I've been bursting into tears at different moments because I knew soon this would all be over, she said. I brought my case to show trans people that you can be brave and that you can stand for yourself. I know that I can now get on with the rest of my life. Tickle said the ruling showed that all women are protected from discrimination. Well, obviously not this particular woman that owned this company. Shit. Grover was not ordered to apologize, with Justice Bromwich concluding any apology given would be through clenched teeth and utterly devoid of sincerity. Justice Bromwich also noted the app had already been shut down by Grover, who has expressed a clear intention not to reinstate it unless it is legal to exclude transgender women, but were still in operation. I could well have ordered reinstatement of Tickle. Yep. So she shut her shit down, bro. She had to, she was like, fuck it, I prefer to just cut it out, man, than even deal with this shit. They were never considering that I, or by extension, any other Australians had human rights. It was just solely about you have done a discrimination and you have to pay for it, she said. To settle it, I would have had to let him on the app, let all men who claim to be women on the app attend sex and gender education and moderate the content of the app so men who claim to be women weren't offended. So not only did they want to come in, they wanted to control the environment. I said no to it all. So it escalated to federal court. See? And this is how they've been getting down, man. This is how they've been getting down. You know the people in the comment boards are not with it. I don't want to keep this long because I do got to do something real quick. But let me get this real quick. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. This is what happens when our wicked people are ruling, man. Because that's simple, bro. But they don't let this shit go so far. It's no return. It's crazy. You have judges that's ruling wicked judgments, man. Matter of fact, let's get that. What is that? I don't think it's that. Let me see here though. Yeah, Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. See? Destruction is going to come to these people, man. And it's coming soon, and we can't wait. Let's go to this other article real quick. But this was another one. I'm pretty certain you may remember this one. This was the Christian baker, right? A Christian baker wouldn't make a gender transition cake. The Colorado Supreme Court just ruled in his favor. And that shit took a while. That took a while, bro. Oh, let me see. Yep. It says he scored a key legal victory in front of the Colorado Supreme Court. Why the fuck something like this got to go all the way to the Supreme Court, bro? More than 10 years after his battle over wedding cakes, religion, and LGBTQ rights first began. That shit took him 10 years to win this, man. Any other person would have just gave up. The Colorado court decided to dismiss a case brought by someone who had asked Colorado baker to make a cake celebrating her gender transition. Phillips declined because of his religious beliefs. The conflict over gender transition cake originated in 2017, just as the U.S. Supreme Court was preparing to hear a separate but closely related case on Phillips' refusal to sell cakes for same-sex weddings. Remember that, see? So this place is through, man. It's just another, and this is ongoing. They got all these signs and shit that's up, you know what I'm saying, in the buildings, we get the discrimination part, but they've taken that shit to a whole new level, man. And again, I always say the only people that's been winning out of when Obama became president, these people been winning ever since. Biden ain't do nothing but carry it on even further. He just grabbed the torch and said, "Hey, I'm gonna run my 4 years with it, and I'm gonna try and get 8 out of it." Now you got Kamala coming through. She'll just pretty much be an extension of those particular presidencies, man, that have done nothing but push wickedness in the world. Cause look at Joe Biden's whole cabinet. As soon as he came in there, man, you got motherfuckers wearing dresses, motherfuckers wearing generals, motherfuckers that's been in the military. I'm talking about his whole hookup is the Rainbow Coalition, man. So, I'm gonna end out there. I don't want to keep this long. I'm just looking like, hey, this is the fall of your enemy that you're witnessing right here. This is a very, very wicked ass place when you have judges that'll have you swear in on the Bible. They used to do that. I'm not sure if they're still doing that no more. But generally, when they're elected to these positions or they get these jobs, they generally had to put their hands on the Bible, swear on the Bible, all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which is some bullshit. But they'll do all those things, and they won't keep anything that's in the scriptures. Matter of fact, let me end out with that. Psalms chapter 50 and verse 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing that thou hatest instructions and castest my words behind thee? See? What are you doing with the Bible, man? But this is Esau. You have these people running churches now. Full-fledged, you know what I'm saying, alphabet churches, bro. With the Bible in hand. A lot of these regular churches, they just been accepting of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not telling them, okay, if they come in there, but you should be letting them know, hey, look, that's a lifestyle you got to get rid of, or the Lord is going to destroy you. But they making the book. They're trying to make the book fit their narrative and come as you are. The Lord loves you. You're saved by grace. He knows my heart. All that bullshit, bro. This place is crazy, man. And it's all over the world, man. You know what I'm saying? This is something that's happening all over the world, man. That's how you know that the wicked are in authority. Only the wicked can pull this type of shit. You think that, come on, bro. This is not happening in our kingdom. You can forget about that. That shit is going to be crushed immediately. As soon as we come into our kingdom. Ain't going to be no, well, I have rights. Yeah, all right. We'll see. But anyway. And like I said again, you see the Rome behind this guy, this building behind it. This lets you know this is old Rome, man. This is the shit they was doing in Rome. Look at that building, that A-frame with them pillars, man. That's no more than, you know, if you go to the picture of Petra. You know what I'm saying? These people must be put down, man. The Lord is gonna come through and clean this shit right up, man. It's not gonna be no more them with their dumbass court systems. Talking about just wicked as hell, bro. It's wicked on a level that people don't even really think of. But this place is through. So we'll see here soon, man. Well, you know, but I applaud stuff like this because these things must happen before the Lord's coming, man. These are your beginning of sorrows, man. The so-called white man, he done completely lost the narrative, because you do have straight so-called heterosexual straight white man, and they not with this shit. They hate this shit, but what can they do? Because their people are wicked. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a result of a wicked people being in rulership. You can't get around it, man. So I'm going to end out there. I pray that this lesson was edifying. With that, Kwame Yasha Allah, the Bible Ball.